Well, you've joined us at Matchy Matchville and the National Real Estate Cafe with Don Getling and Gino Franti. Obviously, our moms dressed us today.
I know. We swear we didn't do it on purpose. Right when I walked through the door, Don goes, really? Really?
Yeah, matchy match. At least it's reversed out. We're not exactly the same. Even though some people obviously misplace our names and everything. I don't know how many times people call me Gino. I'm like, I don't think I look like a Gino.
Well, we may not be exactly the same, but let me tell you what is exactly the same. For at least the last, let's just call it 100 years, people are saying that homeownership is a good investment. And so let's kind of go over the slides that we have today, kind of reiterating the same thing, Don.
First slide, homeownership is a good financial investment. Go figure, Gino.
The technical term for that is duh.
Duh. All right, even Trulia says that buying is cheaper than renting in 100 of the largest metro areas by an average of 33%.
Right. So let's make that clear. It's not always a good investment. It's not always the right time, and it may not always be the right time for you, but we'll look at some of the reasons why it's usually a great time to invest.
All right, so let's go to the next slide here. All right, even Trulia's chief economist explains, owning a home is one of the most common ways households build long-term wealth. We always state that basically home ownership, those who own homes have a net worth 46 times greater than someone renting.
All right, so what he also mentions is number 2, even though they put it in fancy terms there, that it could be a financial resource later. What it is a forced savings account, Don. That's usually one of your favorites, is that you say it forces you to save, you put it into your budget, and you only use what's left over to spend.
Well, and part of your money goes towards your principal. Therefore, it is a forcing because you're paying down your mortgage. And there's appreciation in most cases. So, and that's not even talking the tax advantages.
Right. So let's assume there's zero appreciation for a minute, right? Even if you have zero appreciation, number 1's probably my favorite, is that if you have a fixed rate mortgage, your mortgage will always stay the same even though inflation continues to go for the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years. And this is a hedge against inflation. Now, a caveat is you need to not refinance over and over and over again. Otherwise, that goes out the window.
Yeah, so be careful of the whole, I'll just keep pulling cash out to go buy the motorhome. Now I'll pull cash out to buy the boat. That's not how you build wealth.
Nope. Or the other thing to take into consideration also is that sometimes you'll have those lenders give you a call or on the radio saying, you could save $100 a month. Well, you're not saving anything if you've already been making payments for 8 years and you start over. Make sure you work with a professional that's going to give you a total cost analysis. And compare between 5 years, 10 years, and 20 years down the line. What does that product look like?
And that's what a real mortgage professional does. They don't just pick your pocket. They basically give you great information. And I know we do at Skyline Home Loans all the time. Hopefully we give you some great advice, as always, right here in the National Real Estate Cafe, where you can get these sent right to your phone by texting NREC to the number 58885.
Or to go to our home website, donandgino.com. That's the hub of everything we do.